Little for you. Little for you. Somebody. What, baby? Why are you not eating? Because Mama won't eat. Mama's supposed to eat first. You won't. Where do you want it? Where do you want to put it? Over there? It's right here. All right. It's right here. So she's kissing. The wording. All right. No bad. I'm going out. I gotta get the water for the boys. Oh, yeah. Girls get to drink first. You thirsty too? Okay, you just keep biting his little paws and see what happens. I'm watching you, Mama Macho. Be mean to your own child. You're not doing very harsh, but it's not like I can get him out of there. All right, here's the blue. Knock him out. Yeah, honey, just don't whip your honey because you're being mean to your own kid. You all right, Luna? All right, Macho. Luna, you can go all the way over here, baby. Oops, I forgot to put a peep at that. All right, Luna, step up, up, up. Over here. Come here. Take care of Mama. Stop washing your feet off on my freaking curtain. Don't you think I don't know you're doing that? All right, you guys are done. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. You guys are spoiled rotten. Leave me alone. All right, we're back to the rug rug. I was in the middle of cleaning when those. Okay, I'm shutting your wife off. I'm done. I've asked. You got everything. Everything's clean. You have water and food. Done, Macho and Moo. Oops, I forgot. I know it. I forgot. Somebody really interrupting me. It's been raining, so it's a little bit. Needs a little bit of upkeep. The birds don't get in contact with anything, but it's still not up to what my standards are. It's just the weather's been so freaking weird. I can't get days where even 2 days in a row is good. Like we're just being like on a rotation. Oh, Portland's all it had the rain, now they get the sun, now they get the rain, now they get the sun, now they get the rain. That kind of thing would take us along all over the place. And it's like, oh, we only have so much sun, so we need to get rid of this persistent. If somebody is in control of the weather, which is something I have a theory on, I mean, not just a little bit of control here and there, like cloud bursts and all that stuff, which I didn't learn that was going on. That would explain all the dense noise I hear. Anywho, you can control it. A lot of people say controlling the weather by cloud bursts. What they do is they disperse. There's a accumulation of clouds, but they're just kind of like floating across the atmosphere and not necessarily falling anywhere. Because that's gonna, if they let it continue, a couple reasons why they do it, but if they let it continue, it can cause storms. Obviously, that's why we don't have to those storms no more. But we used to have when we were kids. If you're my age anyway, close to 60. We used to have those storms, but they don't have it no more, and that's because they shoot up cloud bursts or explode cloud bursts, and that's just basically I don't know what it is that they're exploding up in there. Hopefully something that's safe to the atmosphere, but you never know. But anyway, they burst it up in there, and that's kind of like shaking a leafy branch that's been soaked in water. If you've ever seen that, you know what I'm talking about. So basically the same concept. Basically the same concept, and that's been going on since I think, from my understanding, late 70s. This is completely different. This is like somebody systematically had control over the weather, like like a game. Like a computer game. I have control over the game in a somewhat sense. So of course the game itself has its own internal rules, which is obviously Mother Nature, but they're kind of like saying, okay, we're just gonna do this, and because they can do that, right? So if there's moisture coming from the ocean, so that's where most of our moisture comes from. Big, huge bodies of water as well. But if you look at it from that perspective, if somebody disperses the water before it gets to, say, a certain town, city, or an area that needs it for their crops, and they kind of like do it what they do in cold days where they're fighting with water, right? That's something else that a lot of people in America doesn't really understand the concept of. If you have a big, huge river that runs through 4 or 5 states, and one state decides that they're going to stop that water from going to and use it for their own purposes by damming it or whatever, then you have a situation where you have one state stealing all the water from and the potential water to other states. And their concept is that, hey, it was on my land before it was on your land, which means I own it before you own it. There's a whole water war thing that was going on. Once again, most people don't know about it. The extent of it. It's still going on, by the way. If you watch the news and see, from anytime things go, somebody has a big disagreement within the government and stuff, like little children, they stomp their feet and say, fine, I'm going to turn your water off. Kind of what Canada's doing as well. But I think there's basic human nature, basic human ethics that we don't condemn. I see this in the chicken world, right? And I realize it counts as my bird. So I see this in the chicken world where people will get upset when there's a water guard or a food guard. In the chicken world, it's important that there is a water guard and a food guard because if you have a limited amount of food, like for example, if they find a big huge grove of berries, but there's a limited amount of those groves and they have a huge covey of berries, they need to make sure that everybody gets their fair share of it. So so there are going to be times when the queen, which is a little bit in my house, will decide that 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 she's going to put a food guard, and that just basically means that that person is monitoring the food quantities that are available and will guard it against other birds coming back for seconds and thirds, or not leaving it all and just consuming and consuming. So there are situations in nature where food guarding is very important. In captivity, it's very important because if you have predators that are eating their food, like rats, for example, then you don't really, and you don't have a camera set up, and you're obviously not with your birds 24/7. There's no way that you can know that they don't have rats. I'm gonna tell you right now that 99.9% of the time, if you like, you can do the math. Your bird should be consuming a quarter of a amount of feed, of dry feed a day per bird, and those are regular sized birds. The bantams, I don't even think it's that much. Obviously, the chicks aren't going to be probably maybe consuming as much as the bantams, but not by any means by Sassy Boo. So your bird size does matter, but still, your largest bird like Sassy Boo probably gets over the day a more so of a half because of the size that she is. But like Little Bit, there's no way she's gonna eat that much, right? And there's no way that Izzy's gonna even eat as much as a quarter. I put 2 scoops, which is I don't even know what this measures up to. I think it's about a quarter of a cup. That's what I've been using anyway. So I have, for example, for me, how I do it, because I don't want to have their whole day worth of food all out. That's their whole day worth of food, guys. Not just their one serving, but their whole day. Face move. You're pulling up everything over here. So the rats are trying to get in, and she's trying to get to them so that she can stop them from coming in. So she's digging up areas that they're coming in at. But anyway, a quarter of that's for throughout the day. So what I do in the mornings during their feed times is that lunchtime I make sure that they have feed. Mostly it's water and socializer. To be honest with you, and a lot of that I have to do like bed changing for the Kobe's. So they get their breakfast lunch together now just because of time, and then they get their dinner. But anyway, I do check the food bowl to make sure that there's still feed in it. But now that the rats coming into my room and starts taking the food right out from under them, they're going to defend themselves, but they're not going to defend their food because they know they have an unlimited amount of feed. So they're not going to risk getting injured or whatever, but they will defend themselves. That's what I was gonna say. Okay, so a quarter of it. So what I do in the morning is I put a half a cup of dry feed out for the big girls, for example, and there's 4 of them. So half a cup in the morning, and then they eat that throughout the day, and usually it's most of the time, and it's been gone. So what you can tell with your feed is if your feed is, like I said, confirm that there's no rodents by videos. The only way you're going to confirm is a videotape. So you can kind of what I do is I videotape a period of time, and then I download it, put it on CapCut, and then I fast forward it. You got to be really careful because rats are very, very, very quick and fast. And if you fast forward it too fast, then you're not going to be able to see them. On regular mode, it's hard to see them sometimes. So what I look for is I just look at specific areas. Instead of looking at the whole entire picture of the video, I look just at the food bowl. Because that's all that they're going to go for, right? And so I look at the food bowl, and if I see any like flickers of movement or whatever, then I'll just cut that space out of where I've seen some kind of flicker of movement. And then I will take that little piece and I will blow that up, basically slow mo it, and then at that point I can see if there's rats, right? It's not really, you get used to doing it, and like I said, the motions of the rat, you kind of get to see it, because like I said, it's kind of like a flickering motion. It's kind of like when you're the flies that are around you, mosquitoes, for example, you kind of see in your peripheral vision that, hey, there's something there. It's kind of that feeling when you see a rat. They're very, very quick and fast. Like I said, even on slow mo, I did a slow mo, and it was like I had a slow mo it down to the. What I end up doing is I slow moed it and saved it to my gallery, and then I slow moed it as much as CapCut would let me do without paying for their their services. And then I saved it, and then I went and uploaded it again on CapCut and slowed it down even more. That's how I ended up slowing it down. So anyway, I did post that, but that is like I think it's like 8 times slow mo, whatever it is through CapCut. And it's you can see it, but it's so like freaking fast that when I show it on regular video, and I'll tell you right now, not one person saw that rat. Not one. That's why I don't even worry about videotaping anymore during the day because 9 times out of 10, those rats are so fast you can't see them anyway, even if you're watching one of my videos. And it's not in fast forward. I mean, but anywho, yeah. So if you can confirm that they're not predators not consuming your food or something else is not consuming your food other than your birds. And you can do that in a couple different ways. You can put them in isolation, which is in a kennel situation, and you can put their food in there and measure it and all that stuff and see how much they actually are eating. The reason why I'm bringing that whole entire thing up is that is the only way that you're going to really prove to yourself, nutritional wise, that your food is good enough. Now, I personally knew my food wasn't good because I knew I was purchasing the food, and I know that I'm pretty well confident of how much I'm giving them and how much they're consuming. And because they're poops, guys. So if you have just, my God, they're just pooping all over the place. It's not their fault. Dudes are giving them a food that's inadequate and nutritional value, and what they're doing is kind of like them going out there and eating grass. That's got a certain value to it, but there's no nutritional value for them to consume grass, right? So, but if that's all they have, and they have to eat, right? They're going to consume more and more of whatever it is that they have access to until those needs are met as closest to it as possible, which means more coming out of their body, you guys. So if you guys are just like, you guys should not be complaining about food. If you're complaining about watery stool, nasty poop that's flying all over the place, poo, all that kind of stuff is, if you have stuff on the walls, that's because you have fighting within your birds, right? That's not them pooing on the walls. That is them marking their territory, and that's usually a boy. Boys do that. Girls do not do that. Okay, so that's marking territory. It's no different than a boy dog. If a boy dog comes into a room and there's other boy dogs, guess what they're going to do? They're going to start marking all over the freaking place, right? When you take your dog to the vet, what's the first thing they do when you walk through that front door? Is that they're going to try to mark the sidewalk, which is the door, you know what I'm saying? The veterinarians try to keep the floor with a certain, they have an enzyme cleaner that they purchase that kind of breaks that down, that smell, because so that they're not peeing inside the building, because that would be going on all the time. So you have nervous peers and you got animals that are obviously injured that can't control their system. So there's obviously reasons why there would be pee inside there, but that's why they don't pee as much. It's because, and they pee more outside. It's because they have that. But anyway, here nor there. The point is that um, well, I lost my dog. So my point is that you need to make sure that the feed that you're purchasing is not cheap ass feed that's going to make your birds do what couple. You're defeating the purpose. If you buy a feed for $30 or $20 or whatever it is, and I'm telling you to purchase something that's $48, right? You're gonna say, hey, I'm not gonna do that. $30, that's $18. I'm paying more. No, Because let me tell you what's gonna happen. You're gonna give them that $30 feed. They're gonna eat 90%, twice as much as it quicker than they normally would because the nutritional value is not there. So instead of consuming a quarter of a cup, they're gonna be consuming half a cup of food, which means they're pooping all over the freaking place. Which means you're upset because you have to clean up, or it smells and all this other thing that you guys complain about, why don't you prepare it and do the right thing? And that means purchase the food that is nutritionally beneficial to your bird. I'm going to suggest you go on YouTube. I do watch two chicks turn eggs now. That is about quail, but they have had this guy that's a nutritional animal nutritionist, and then he's broad. He doesn't do just quail. He's broad. He does everything. And so they've had him on there, and so I've taken his advice on a lot of different things. I was already trying to do it my own self, but I really don't have that. I don't have a degree in dietitian. I do have a lot of experience in it, so I kind of know where I'm going with it. But anyway, he narrowed down for me, so I didn't have to experiment on my birds. So basically, he said to get Calabash, which is the one I'm getting, and it's all poultry, non-medicated food. All my birds are on that. Excuse me, I'm talking. Is there a rat in here? All right, let me look. No rat? Okay, come on. He's probably trying to get in or pop back out. All right, we can't get the small ones, Macho. If it's not as big as you, we can't get it. Because right now we come in here, they're gone already, boo. They go right back out that door. So, okay, I heard you. Grace, you gonna stay in here for a bit? What to? She knows that the boys are not in any danger. Are you coming out or are you staying in? Alright, she's staying in. But, yeah. So I gotta get these babies moving. So, this is a quantity of a half a cup of feed, and then what I do is my birds do not eat dry food. In nature, they don't eat dry food. The problem with doing mash is that you have to clean it out. You can't just leave it in there, which makes it going in there more frequently. But I don't see that as a bad thing. But it just have a hard time when you're out working, whatever. And I understand that. But most chickens will eat early in the morning, you guys. So if you feed your birds before you go to bed, before you go to work, just like you probably do. I don't know what you do, but some people are doing it a whole week. That is ridiculous. Guys, it's not safe in any way. Because the moisture content in most of these places that they're doing that, it's going to mold. And they're not telling you that. But at the bottom of the cedar, it just fills with mold. It's just mildew. Because the moisture it starts absorbing it. It's very absorbent material. Most of grains and such. So if you guys have any kind of cooking, bread, and different things like that, you know the moisture content. You need a lot of moisture to cook with those things. It's common sense, guys. But anyway, I make a mash. And so basically, I'm putting in, I haven't measured the water. I put the food in, which is half a cup, and then I fill it up until it's literally brimming over, I would say about a quarter of an inch. So it's like sitting on top of the food about a quarter of an inch, and I do it very slowly so it can absorb while I'm doing it. And then I just let it sit. Now this is going to go for the quail because they have, this is how I ensure that they get their moisture. Because sometimes they'll fight over the water and spill it and it's on and I don't know who's drinking and who's not. But this is the way I do it. Hi, baby. I don't think you guys can see much. I know I'm getting it. They stand in line for me. The next one, I just literally grab the next one in line. And usually it's the boy's last. But I grabbed him first. I grabbed him. I've been doing that lately. He growled at me. Like, wait a minute. I'm the boy's last. He'll hide in the corner because he wants his girls to be taken care of first. It's very sweet. Alright, you guys ready? Oh, no. You guys are going right up in there. Nice dust back. Mama, nice clean dusty stuff in there. Oh, my goodness. So sweet. know it. Mama got some good food for you already cooked and everything. I know. Now let me give me a hard time. Come here. The boy is always the hardest. Ah, yeah. Not the boy that Sparky. The boy is usually the hardest. Alright, guess that is locked. You guys can go for it. So they don't start dusting themselves and being in a vulnerable position until they hear that click click and they know the door is locked. So no predators can sneak up in there and get them when mama's not looking. So this is left over from last night. They didn't like it, care for it as much because the tallow wasn't in there. So what I'm doing is I'm adding a teaspoon of tallow to um, each one of these containers. And each one of these containers feeds different amounts. Um, but that's good because certain birds get more tallow than other birds. So um, everybody gets, like I said, a teaspoon in each bowl. So the girls, there's 4 girls sharing that one teaspoon. There's 7 sharing. There's 12 sharing. This one's a quill and that one's a quill. This has shares 7. That one shares 7. This one is going to be divided amongst the boys, and there's 8 of them. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 6, 7. Yeah. So I have 2 of my breeder boys in with the girls, which is why I'm off with the numbers. So I count the kennels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 6 boys will come out of this thing, and then this is like I said, this is leftovers. So what I usually do with the leftovers is I will put it out in the boys' room, generally speaking, if they look like they're still hungry. But I haven't had to do that. So what I'm doing right now is because my birds are on inefficient feed, I do add the tallow now, which is just plain beef tallow that you can buy. It's like $35 on Amazon. And then you have to put it in the refrigerator otherwise it'll go bad. I'm going to keep keeping these containers because they're going to make really good feed containers for baby feed. Wash it out and everything, and you can put your baby feed up in there. So I have it watered down a little bit too much on that one. The other one was fine. This one's not. I put too much water. So if that happens, I just usually come over and get a dusting of this baby feed and just add a little bit of it to it just to soak up some of that moisture. That should do it. Usually what I'm looking for is it for me to be able to stir it, and if I can pull it against away from the wall, kind of like a little bit of a formation of a dough. That I see it's still too wet, but I'm gonna let it sit for a minute because it will soak up, and then I'll be upset because I'll be off. I forgot to give him the calcium. That's one of the big worst things for me is I forget their calcium all the time. I eventually remember within minutes, but it makes me mad because um, I've been doing this for a while. I should remember it. That was so screamy. Why? That's probably a rat in there. That was a scream. I'm gonna look through my little hole with the rat made. Can't see nothing. What was it? Where's Luna at? Oh, what is it there? There's gotta be something in there. Okay, it's gotta be over there by the box. That's where everybody's looking. Watch out, Boo. Okay, we're coming in. Mama got the mop. Thank you, girl. Your paint's over there in the corner. Over here. Yep. Where is it? Where is that? this camera, and I'll see if I can post it so you guys can see what we're looking at. This is one thing about these cameras that's really nice is that you can see in the dark. And you can see, I can see whatever in that room on my camera. I can see whatever's going on, and it's pitch dark. So I'm gonna leave that open just a bit. Now, when Matcha stays in there and Luna stays in there, I'll leave the door open. They come out, then Mama's shutting the door. Okay? Trust is trust. Alright, that is against the rules. That's what, move out of my spot. There's nothing in there. I'm watching. That is not okay. Come out of there. No. Yeah, get out of there. Let's go over there and scream. Stop that screaming. Yeah, you gotta go in your house. Look. Alright, Luna and Matthew has the floor. You guys got the floor now. The boys are putting away. What you gonna do? Luna? You going up? Is there a rat up there? I don't see any rats up there. Doesn't mean it's not up there. Good job putting on the poo pad, Luna. Ooh, it's a good boy. Alright, I'm gonna shut this right off. I don't want no flying going on. I keep this shut so they can't fly right out. Which they'll do. Because they can. Because they can. That's what they tell me anyway. So why'd you do that? Because they can. I wanted to. Alright. Hi, baby. Good morning. I know. Suki, I know. They're like, we want to go in the aviary, Mama. We want to go in the aviary. I want you in the aviary too. No. Sweet babies. If we have a rat issue, they're not allowed to go out of the hair. It really scares me when the babies are in there. So we do obviously Casey's watching them and I'm watching them. And then the girls. The mom, little bitch watching them. They'll watch them. You guys, that's breathing? Sweet. I don't know if you guys can see that. Nope. They're right in the corner over there. Right there. A little blob. This neck is blocks the video. That's the big, the only thing about the neck is it blocks the video. This is my extra food. That goes in the feed bag, but the feed is out in the. They have it out in the front room for me because it's too big. Alright, so you can see them there. No. No. I don't know where my tablet is. Let's see if I can look at my tablet and what they're talking about. I just haven't turned it on. Usually this is what I use my tablet for, is that way I can see it. And I have stuff in my recording and all that stuff. But it's dead. I haven't changed it yet. I had them both on because of the baby. And last one, I'm pretty positive a couple options it could have been. But the biggest two that I'm concerned about is dehydration. I was having a really difficult time to get them to drink. And then overheating because I can't find my nursery thermometer. So I took out the egg one because that's been consistent for a while. And so I put it in here, and it was like 91 degrees. So it's not, it wasn't heat related. It was just that I think that there's that one that didn't hatch. Stop throwing, Luna. Stop it now. I'm not playing. I'm looking right at you. You gotta stop it. There, people are sleeping. Quiet time, not throw time. Oh my God. Okay, you're all gonna go in the kennel together then. You're going in with Luna. Oh my God. Luna's gonna go in there with Mooney and Honeyboo. I can't talk. I don't eat my breakfast until after everything is done, so I get a little bit chubby because my blood sugar starts to drop. I do buy candy bars which I'm supposed to use, which I can use. I can use. They're actually better than anything. I can't do a lot of the fruit. A lot of people do food. I can't do that. Well, technically I'm supposed to have candy bars sugar, but they don't hurt my stomach as much. They didn't want me to eat nuts, but I love nuts. I'm not. It kind of makes me happy. You better stop. I'm not gonna keep asking you to stop. And you're going to go in there with your brother, with your papa. You want to go in there with papa? I don't care if there's right down there. It's down there not up there with you. Stop talking. Sassy can handle himself. Macho can fly. And Louie and Honeyboo can handle themselves. Believe me. They're ferocious beasts. You don't need to be crowing because it don't matter. They can't get you. So you need to stop. Sassy Boo, you're fine. He's like, Mama. Alright, I gotta get this baby. I know it. I know it. I know it. I know it. Alright, you guys ready? Alright, who's in line first? You got Melody and Sophie and Melody's daughter, Dottie, and we got Nora, and we got Denise, and we got our little cute little boy, and we got my Daryl, my sweet, sweet love. Everybody's in the house. Got those ones done. I know. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do next. I gotta do the baby. I do want to put the boys in here. I'm just trying to decide. Probably one of these ones. And then do the baby. I put this in front of the boys because they will get overheated if I don't. All right. Sissy Boo, you want to get that in? He says yes, Mom. I do. Oh my God, you're dirty. Yeah, you got food all on your chest. You are going to cool down. You are going to get some honey. I got to fix that. You're breaking into Sissy's house. You are breaking into Sissy's house. He actually was on the other side, but he broke into Sissy's house on the other side, and I got Sissy. And then I said, fine, you want that side? If you don't care, you can have it. And I put him back in the Danny boy's house. And now, yeah. I put Sissy there because he's my bachelor. He doesn't get moved around as much as the rest of them do. Well, he's a continuous bachelor. The other one can be breeders. And a couple they won't. I won't use them. Is one, if I've already used them last season, but I try to rotate them. And then the other reason is because the girls reject them. So I'm having a lot of waste right today. Today is a waste day, and that's because between the food, the better food that I have, and then I do add a little bit of stuff of my own. But between that, basically, it's not. I'm not adding. I'm adding the same ingredients, but I'm just adding the same ingredients so that I get more content of what I need. So anyway, it just gives me an option to stretch my food a little bit. But anywho, you will go in. I'm done. Done. I'm done. I told you what's gonna happen to you. You don't want to listen. You want to do it anyway. I'm done. I told you not to listen to your dad. Oh my God! Stop freaking acting like I'm killing you. No, we're not going to put this up on you. No, we're not doing that. You are going there. Now, you want to upset? You want to start over? You want to do what he's doing? Because you're going to go right back in there, right there. Then you whoop your hind. That's a one. I don't care. You're free choice, remember? You are a free choose to go right up in there. You go to three and see what happens. Yesterday, he did really good. He was quiet. You got to stay out all day long. You got to look out the window. You got to fly around and talk to the girls. He actually, I didn't actually let him come out on the bed and walk out here with the girls. Two. He goes to three. He's going in there, and they're gonna whoop his butt. And Honey was waiting for him. Believe me, he's right there, waiting for Honey and Seth and Camacho to say, "Oh, one more time, because he knows he's gonna get his butt whooped." He can make a decision if he wants to continue or he can stop and stay out and not have to go in a kennel with bad boys. They want to hurt him. I mean it, Macho. You only got one pro left and you're going in there. That's right, Dad. Dad knows. He's learning long. He don't like it. Because they all beat up on him when he goes in there. Not just Macho beats up on him and Muno and Honey all three of them. He don't want to have nothing to do with that. So he's very only time he goes is if there's a big huge rat in the room, which he did in case was able to get it. But other than that, and I trust Sassy's pros. I do not trust Macho's or Moose or Honey Moose because they're doing it for selfish reasons, not because there's a. And even if there is a rat, Macho's in no danger at all, and none of them are actually. And they know it. They're just doing it because they don't want them to eat their food. You guys better not let those rats eat your food. That's not good. Macho can go up and get his food. It's up there on the roof. He knows where it's at. And although he will not fly in the dark, so he'll just stay right there, waiting for the sun to come up, looking at the sunrise, which is nice. I'd rather look at the sunrise than sit in that freaking kennel with the bully boys. But anyway, I'm adjusting this. I'm learning how much they actually need. I was end up actually giving them more than a fourth of a cup because they were starving. Like really starving. And I'm like, this is not good. So then I was then doing a little research, and then I saw that I buy my eggs from her. She did a video yesterday. I haven't seen it yet. She posted it. They do it live, I guess. I think. I don't know. Anyway, I always watch the floating because they do it live. But I was increasing my food to my birds, and then of course the food content was increasing. But this is how much I give them for breakfast and lunch for the Kobe. So I don't know if you can see that, and that's all moisture has already been added to that. So anyway, Sissy boy, I got to reinforce Sissy's um, house because somebody wants to. I'm not touching you. Just don't knock my no. She knocked my drink over last time. I'll put that there. I'm not touching you. She's laying her egg over there. I'm next to my blanket on the that bolster that I use for the what that I use for that incubator. She's sitting on that to lay her egg because of the rats. She won't go in there in the nest box because of the rats. So she's sitting in Mama's area because she considers that the safe place. You guys, come here. Up, 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 up. Come here. Rat, rat. Snicker and Doodle, come. Little bit coming in here. They're feeling safe because a little bit. Little bit, you want to watch those babies? All right. She's gonna watch them for me. All right. Many boys have a problem understanding the concept of I'm not allowed to go to other people's houses. So I won't. That would have been Faith telling a little bit not to touch the rat because she doesn't want a little bit to get hurt. It's got food on it. It's okay. That's her cry. I know. Where'd the babies go? All right, you stay over here. Watch out. It's falling apart. No, it's not your turn. You'll be in a minute. I was just trying to fix this door. Yeah, yeah. All right, come here. Oh, you're much cleaner. Thank you, sis. Much cleaner, baby. So that's my sweetie boy. He has custody, so he's not a breeder, obviously. This is my Danny boy. He was a breeder for a little bit. I don't know if I have any of his babies or not. Come here. He's just coming over here to be for black. Straight up. Straight up, black. It's awkward because of all the wires and stuff coming out. Oh, my nose. Still can't find my hair tie. Frustrating. Or the brush. Oh, come on. Now, I've checked on them first and made sure they had water and food, but I haven't changed out anything. That would be good over there. Where's Snickers at? If you're running, where's Snickers at? That's what I want to know. Now it won't stick to the wood, but it's paper. So there's no stick tight. But I've learned that duct tape just sticks to its own self. That's about it. What I need it to do is stick to this cardboard. What's up, sis? What's up? I know I'm fixing it. I know I'm fixing it. Here you go. I mean, heard that. That's why I'm fixing it. He's telling me all about flowers. Good job, Sissy Boo. I love you, baby. This is a good boy. Him and Sunny Boo. Although Froggy is turning a leaf, and he is doing so good. Red is a good boy. The only one that really gives me trouble is Danny Boy's giving me a little trouble. That's normal for teenagers. Especially when I use him as a breeder for like a couple weeks to a month. A couple weeks, I guess. The more likely this food is going to probably be thrown out. I'll probably throw it out to the birds outside because it's a lot and I can't. And that's because, like I said, they're now not eating as much. This is how much food my birds have wasted in the country fault. And it's because I'm like I said, I just got the tallow. That made a whole lot of difference. So you want them to consume less and have the better nutrition. The more you can, they don't in the wild, they're not going to be able to find all that food, you guys. I mean, it's just unrealistic. Not going to happen. And grass is not nutritionally sound. They need food, grains, and different things like that, like everybody else. All right, guys. You guys visiting? You visiting, Danny boy? Yeah. All right. Watch out. Getting Danny out here. Come here, Danny. I know. You got some visitors. Big baby. Let me see you. Hi, guys. What are you guys doing? It's 81 degrees in here. How come? Is your heater off? Why is your heater off? Both heaters are off. All right. I need to get some out of there for a minute. Which I can't do now because I know. Gosh darn it. You just open the door and push yourself out. My goodness. I'll give you some water. He's like, no, Mom, we need water. I gotta fix your food too. I just want them to. I need to take them out for a minute to get their chin up there. But I can't do that if they're cold already. Watch out. Here's the water. Don't come out again. Stop jumping out the dang door. The hardest thing I need to do is get a guard. Is get a guard here. I'm going to fix that in a minute, but once again, I got to take them out. And how I do that is I have a box for them. Now, I'm used to having waste of the food for the babies. But to be honest with you, they don't know what's going to what I give them. And the time that I allow them to do it. Hopefully, we don't lose any more babies. They have no concept of danger at all at this age. And it's not good because they'll just jump. They'll just stuff themselves in a corner, um, get trampled on, hide under something, and can't get themselves back out. Don't drink when they're supposed to drink. I'll prepare everything first. That way they're not out too long. But I have to put something in a guard or something in front of them because they keep jumping out, and I don't know if that's obviously that's onto concrete floor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put I'm going to put a guard in front of their door, and then I'm going to put this on the floor, and that way it's better than jumping onto concrete. If they still jump over this, which I don't think they will. So I put that down, or put that in front, and I clean this up real quick. They just came over it. It's helping me. Supervising. Alright, I'm going to put this down on the floor. Add a little bit of stick to it. Not much. And then I'll have see if the sit on it or some Peter is very finicky. Maybe not. Alright, you guys gotta warm up because they can't take you out until it's warm in there. Both heaters were off. Which the other heater should not have been off. But it was. Alright, here we go. 81, it's not like overly cold, but I want them warm so I can melt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this somehow in front of their door. And that way they don't jump right out. But still short enough that I can get my hand in there. Cardboard is one of the anything that comes from Amazon, I don't throw anything away. Well, I do throw it away eventually, but not after I get some use out of it. Because all I can think of is that literally they take it, they all ship to like the Fairview, the Amazon place. That's not like literally I can get to it in like 10 minutes. And all I can think is all the stuff is being shipped there, and then they put it in everything in this big box, and then they put it in there for like the day, and then it gets to me, and then I take it out, and that box has just been literally been used for less than 6 hours. And now I'm gonna throw it in the garbage. And I'm like, yeah, I think so. So what I usually do is the small boxes that I don't have a use for, I let Sage break it down for me into little bits. And then, anything bigger, I just break it down so that I can put it flat, and I'll just stick it in the corner somewhere. And that way I have it, it's not in the way. but I use it quite often for a lot of different things. Nope, Luna. Macho, you're doing so good. I'm very proud of you. Nope. Luna's like, I'm already in. You're not going to cut out a timeout making that noise. If you want to get out of there, you better stop talking. Why are you chasing my issue? You should lay her egg. Let me go look. And she's running around. And Lizzie wants her to take care of the babies. And she's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going to get something to eat. Well, that was stupid, Cherry. The one on one big on the wrong side. Oh, freaking well. This is ready. I can't use it right now, obviously. Food's ready. This is done. Oh, I'll probably have to make one more for the boys. Probably one more for the boys. They're probably upset too because I give them a heating pad in the morning. That's how when I take them out. And then I let them keep it. And then it wears out of heat. Alright. So what I'm going to do is activate it. Because it takes a couple seconds to get it going. But they loved it, them. Oh. We have an egg and a heating pad. Ah! I almost stepped on him. Or her. You alright, Doodle? You can't keep jumping into my feet like that. Come over here and sit down, Mama. Come here. Any excuse to make that noise, right? Stop it. Mind your business. You being rude. Watch you being a good boy. Thank you, Faith. You guys gonna stay over here with Grandma? So I got my collection of eggs over here, you guys. Can't see it. Let me see if I can pull up. This one is Izzy's collection. This is just this week. So she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 eggs in there. Obviously she's laid an egg. And then the quails, I don't think I can lift it. Maybe. I already lost one because I rolled it. But anyway, there's like a whole bunch of on the floor. Alright, so we'll just leave them there. This is activating. Oops. My God. This is activating. So what that does is that just gets them in a warm place. Just food. I usually put food in there for them to get them going. I stick a little bit of the food. I just put in there. So what did I just put in there? Sorry. My God. Alright, anyway, I put a little bit of their food in there. Oh my goodness, there goes my thing. Gosh darn it. That's what you get for moving stuff, Sherry. Anyway, I put that in there over on this side. Touching things that are not supposed to be touched. Okay. And then I stick the heating pad in there. And it goes on the floor. And they sit directly on it. I stick that way in the back. Push it all up so they have a little cave going on. And they have a pee pad that I just stuck up in there. And there they go. They are ready. This goes back in the house. That goes out. I just dropped my little contraption on the floor. So I have to go in the cave ready to get it. Excuse me, guys. I dropped my cake. Where are they? Alright, I'm back. Missing item. There we go. He's just chasing them. Alright. I gotta be prepared. I got pee pads to put down. Rearrange everything. I think I'm gonna put the heating pad in the front. Not in the back because they're not using it. Alright. They're not using that area at all. So I need to take them out. I only see 3. That's making me concerned. I don't know where the other ones are, and I don't like it when I can't see them. Mama's coming. Come on, baby. Oh my god, if we lost more, I'm gonna just cry. No, not warm enough yet. Alright, I gotta wait until that warms up. Can't take them out. I know I can do one of the boys down here, I guess. What's that, guys? Excuse me. I have 4 boys to do. I have a pile of food I need to dump out. Which is making me upset. That's a lot of food. I don't know what that me doing that. Oh, and then I'm gonna push this down. That's a lot of food. Alright. Still only see 3 babies. Come on. Oh, no, there's another one. Come on, babies. We're gonna go on a ride. Come on. We're gonna go with Mama and get take a drink. I lost another one. I'm just gonna bust into tears. Bust into tears. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Why is this? Oh, my heaters are going off. Why is this going off and on like this? Come on, you guys. There should be no reason why that's going off. I am so flummoxed right now. There's no reason for this button to go off like that. That's the 3rd time I've turned this back on. No wonder they're freaking getting cold. This is what pisses me off so much. Like, I have turned this on twice now this morning. There should not be no turning on at all. Alright. I don't know what's going on, but it's really upsetting me right now. Alright, I need to wait until this warms this heater thing on. So let me turn this on. Oh my god, that really makes me mad. At least she's okay. I get worried about them, I start getting upset, and then I get angry. Not angry, but frustrated, I guess, is the word I would like to use. People, my voice raises, that's just a meltdown. That's a minor one right there. Alright. Let me check on everybody else. Okay, the babies are where they're supposed to be. I don't know if you guys can see that, because you're really looking at me and not them. And it's dusty. And any electronics, it tracks dust. That's something to do with the particles. Alright, so the babies are over there. I gotta look at my camera to see what you guys can see and what you can't. Alright, this is always what happens. It looks like I can only see a little bit when I position this, but I can actually see a lot. So, I'm gonna leave that corner right there for the babies. That way you guys can still see a little bit of the aviary. And a little bit of the nursery. Well, you can't see into the nursery because it's got to close. Stop it now. I'm not playing with you guys. You better stop. Honey Boo and Moo, I'm not playing with you. You better tell that boy to stop. Alright, I'm on to the next story. Alright, Sunny D, hello. Hi, good morning. How are you doing, my sweet, sweet love? Oh, see, oh, you're getting so buff. You're getting muscles on muscles. More food I have to throw out. This is not good. I'm just overwhelmed right now about the content of the food that I'm throwing out. What am I looking for? Something to put this food in. That's what I'm looking for. lot of food, guys. That was just from their dinner. And it's just because they're finally getting enough nutrition that they need. They don't need to triple them out of food to get their nutrition intake. Luna, please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Alright. Sandy B's area is almost done. There we go. All done with this back. Good job, Hope. Hey, baby. Hi, Froggy, my love. How you doing, sweetie? Hello. There you go. Alright. I know, baby. So it looks like I don't have to give them their 9:30, 10 o'clock feeding. I know, I see that. Alright, now I gotta give them some more food. I gotta make more food. That's so ironic. It's killing me. It's killing me. But I only have 3 left. So I don't need that much. Then it gets changed out, but it's just the way I do it. I take it from the outside in. And done with that. Shake it. Make sure the water is still standing on it. And then you just take your spoon and you just stir that tallow right up in the middle of it so that it gets distributed in the water. Liquefy it. Pretty easy. It's really warm right now, so. And then you just let it sit. This side will have more water. This is the baby. They have to be almost like a very semi-watery, no standing water type situation, but kind of like saturated. It's gonna draw the rain in here. It's gonna draw some of that liquid out, and of course moisture uh, in the air. I mean, it'll dry out as far as being out in the air. Oh, come on, please stop that. I can't think when you're doing that, Luna. Stop, please. That is not necessary, and you know it. You are being rude, honey boo. You better tell him to stop moving. They're doing that on purpose, by the way. It just breaks my heart. Because you know why it breaks my heart? Now they're gonna cry. It It breaks my heart because I love them so much. I love them so much, and then they want to be mean to me like this. Because, you know, they don't need to come out because he's going to crow regardless of where he's at. Obviously. That's enough. I'm just tapping on them. What you would normally do in the wild, you just basically go over there and tap on their head. Which I'm not tapping on their head, but you get the drift. And I do all three of them because the boys, the younger ones are being told by the older ones. If they wanted him to stop, they sure heck would have. Oh, you're done. I didn't put a food in yet. All right, here's your food, boo. I didn't forget. I was put it in. Ain't get over yet. All right. Now, round round to this sister dog. Hi, baby. You being a boy? Good job. Daddy is a good roommate. Froggy is good. Sunny D is good. We have one newbie boy, that's having a really rough time. Froggy was having a rough time with being nutrition started because he was like upset that he wasn't picked this year. But I told him that he wasn't going to be picked because we rotate. So Sunny D didn't get to go breathing this year. Sunny D already knew. He was not. He was a little bit upset, but he wasn't like upset because he already knew. But Dottie had a hard time with it, but he's doing really good now. Now the one that's having a hard time, and I know I named him. Yeah, I just can't remember what I named him. Oh, it's not no. That wasn't it. It's gotta start with a D, so I don't know. Dino? No. I know. I don't remember his name. It's driving me nuts. I hate that because I can't remember. If I haven't named somebody yet, it takes me a long time to remember their name. And I named it when I figured out he was a boy, but it's been. I gotta say, leftovers for both boys. I think I gave him Froggy too much. A little bit. All right. Good. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna come to me in a minute. It's gotta start with a D. Anyway, he's being a little bit self-injured. So he's been in that timeout room, a quiet room, whatever you want to call it, low sensory room, so that he can calm down. Because between the rat and him not breathing, he gets upset. But I am going to see if I can put him downstairs today. He's feeling really fast. But I don't think he's going to be able to because he's freaking out already. All right. I'm being honest here, I've never had this issue with food before. This is a bucket of food. I'm going to show you how much they wasted and how much I was not overfeeding them. It's just because the nutritional value of the feed that I was buying was inadequate to the point where they ate so much. He has an injury on his head, so I can't put him in the desktop. So I just put him in the. It also gives me a chance to get him out of here, test him out to see if he's going to be freaking out again. And if he is, I'll put him back. So it's kind of like an observational type situation. But like I said, it allows me to clean out his kennel, because everything's situated for him. And I'm pretty positive he's hiding in the corner right now. So I'm pretty positive he's going back. All right, you ready? Come on. I know I got your room already. Let's go. I know I got it already. Let's go. See? Already. Calm down. Mama got you back. It's a wrap. She's afraid of them. But I don't blame him. He would have been ate up multiple times by now. Alright. So that one is washed. I got my collection over here. So when this whole area gets pulled off, I still have to be able to do the nursery. And let me look at this nursery box that I got for them. It takes a long time to get these. It warms up. It stays warm a long time, but it just takes so freaking long to get them going. Alright, it's warm enough now, I think. Make sure it's flat in there because it has little ridges. It can cause. Alright, so the next thing I do is close everything down because I'm going to forget to do it. And then I close that down, and then I put base of stick goes on top of it. And there we go. Wait for little Mr. To get done with his death bath. And then I'm going to do the baby. In the meantime, once again, I'm waiting for weigh-in. I'll move stuff over. So waiting on the charger should be here today for this thing. So I'm waiting on it. I gotta put it in a safe place that nothing's gonna happen. Let's stick it somewhere high. There we go. There's my mess. And I think I forgot to give the bottom group calcium. That's not calcium, Sherry. Gosh darn it. You had it all prepped for yourself. This is why I have a hard time. I cannot thank the little boy for doing this. Stop it. I'm not caring if there's a rat that comes out of that fucking wall. You need to stop talking. Alright, I'm gonna let you out. If I hear you going, you're gonna go back in there. Ready to stop it. I have work to do. Stop talking. Macho? That's number 3. You're out now. Twilight. somewhere. That rat's gonna get you. Now you're out of your house. That was stupid, huh? Dum dum. Alright. Dum 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 dum. They are distracting me and I gotta get my work done. And it's upsetting me that they're continuing to do it. Because they know. They know that there's nothing I can do. And then they want to complain and cause a ruckus like this. I ain't done nothing to them. I ain't done nothing to them. Stop it. Stop. Okay. Stop it. You're going to stop. We're not going to go into a freaking warning call because you're scared. You're being ridiculous. You do know that, right? I hate it. You're both sick. Spoiled rotten, baby. Spoiled rotten. Well, you're not coming out. You started in it. Alright, I got work to do, guys. They're causing me a delay. What's the matter, baby girl? There's a rat over there. Okay. There's no kicking out the baby out of that area. There's a rat over there. What baby? You are not coming out here to do that. You will go back in your room. I'm not playing with you two. Stop. That is the love loves making that noise. I'm pretty positive. Yeah, that's Danny boy making that noise. You need to stop now. You are number one. You guys go to 2 and 3. You're out. That is just bathing boys. Love. You are being rude. That's fact check. Rude. Oh, all right. I think we're ready for the baby. Let me get this boy out of here. Baby. Oh, sorry. I did not mean to scare you. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm sorry. At least the Isha's egg is laid. I don't have to worry about that no more. Laid that egg this morning. Alright, let's just put the lid here. And there's a bucket of food. I want to show you guys what we ended up with. This is what we ended up with as far as weight. That is like 2 pounds of food. That's a lot. That's a lot of food in that. Well, that's a big bucket. That's a big bucket. That's a lot of food, guys. And that's just from what I had to give them. The food I had to give them to make sure that they had their nutrition. And that's because the food I was giving them was not nutritionally sound, even though it was recommended. So I have calabash. The only thing with calabash, like I said, that I recommended is to add tallow to your birds. I got to put away. Um, and then you won't be going through the feed as much as you was. You'll have almost half of your food, or at least a third of it, is going to be not used. So just be careful with what I did. It finally caught up with them because I got the tallow in and yesterday, and they like it filled them up. They didn't need any more, so they didn't need they usually have the quails usually have a late dinner because they're so hungry. So everybody is not frantic anymore, not angry no more, not hungry no more, which is not good to have birds that are hungry. What's the matter, baby? Cleaning up my area. These have to be washed. These are my eggs. These are my garbage bags. All my extra feed goes in there. Feed pads. And learn not to let those lay out because each will come over here and break some of these eggs, and I don't want my stuff ruined. So we are not moving it out. Okay, all right, I've done everything I can possibly do. Let me look at the time and avoiding getting these babies out of here. 5 o'clock. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. So what I'd like to do is clean them out, their kennel out, get it all prepped the way I want it, and then what I do is I usually take them over. I usually don't have to do a bunch of prepping on there. I just clean their pee pads out and then take like seconds. But now I have to do some prepping. But I'm gonna take them over on the bed and then we just socialize a little bit with the big birds, and we'll show that, and then that should be the last of the video. And hopefully, like I said, they're all running around in there, so that's good. I'm pretty positive the one that passed away was the one that I had to assist. Definitely something was wrong with that one. Anywho, I think we're good. We're going to get them out. I usually wear a sweater, which is their sweater, which I got to figure out where I stuck it. Now I can put Beth back, I guess. She's done with my lunch. That was they gave me dinner last night, which I didn't need, but that's okay. The one thing that I wanted, they gave me chili instead of JoJo's. Their JoJo's at Burgerville are just the bomb diggy. But I got chili, which it had meat in it, obviously. So I didn't get nothing for dinner. I'm going to use the burger patty for my breakfast, for my lunch. I have Chinese for breakfast. Alright, I had that for lunch yesterday, and I had full intentions of having it for breakfast. Alright, I'm going to get the heating pad out. This is where it goes when I'm traveling with them. It goes in my carrier, and then that way it keeps them warm from the bottom. If I have to put them in here at nighttime, I put it in there so that they can sleep with mom. But they don't stay in their box when they're sleeping. They just curl up in the. I take the shirt off and put it on the bed, and then they just curl up in it. Alright, I am ready. It kind of looks funny, guys. Probably can't see nothing. I'm gonna push you guys over here this way. It kind of looks funny. It looks like I got, I don't know, hanging boobs, I suppose. But anyway, it fits right up in there. A little pocket. It has a zip-in bag, a liner, so you can wash it if it gets soiled. Why are you in there with the papas? How did you get in there? Your mama put you in there? Honey boo, are you being safe with those babies? You watching your babies? Is that your papa? It is. Well, I guess you should put the babies in there with them. Which is kind of cool. She thinks they're ready to go in there. And they're really good with babies. I've used them as babysitters when they were teenagers. So. Alright, I gotta get these babies. Alright, you guys ready? I'm ready for you now. I am ready for you now. Ready for you now? Okay, you got them all? Hold on this for a second. How many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing one. So yes, this is what is not good. I'm watching. I'm not watching any yet. There you go. Under. So then I just, after that, I put them in the box. Then I do is it's got a snap close so they don't jump out. And then I gather it like this. And that way they can't jump out. They still can push themselves out if they wanted to. This is the hard part because I got to squat. I'll hold it up so they can't tip out. So I'm just going to take everything out, put in the camera. The thermometer says 95, which is good for this age. And move this over here. Open the door. Come on, let me open the dang door. Alright, so this one in here is still warm. It stays warm for a long time. Most of the stuff, obviously, on this is food. I give them dry food as well as mash. The only time they get dry food is when they're born. Not that they do eat it, but trying to get them to eat the mash, obviously. I'm going to move the heating pad over here. I think, maybe not. I need it. Problem with it is I can't. So I'll have to open this door, not that door. That was over there. So I need to move this so that my boys in the bottom don't get overheated. That does that. I mean, my life is 300 times harder doing this, but it gives them they can hear my heartbeat. Gotta make sure this is down so that they're not. Now Faith knows they're out, so she's like on high alert. So she's doing what she call what we call checking. So she's just checking to see if there's any activity going on with the rat. I know. I'm gonna put their food and all that stuff on this side. There's the food up one more time. I usually put it to the side and have it like not on the floor, but propped on the wall. Stop, Luna! Stop! I have it propped on the wall like this, so they just come up and eat it. In the corner. Not that one, obviously. On the corner. And then they're feeding things. I want to see how warm it is over here. The lights. You all gonna get it. That includes myself. That includes you. Because you are telling them to stop. That's what you're gonna do. You are his papa. You don't tell him to stop. You better tell him to stop. I suggest you tell him to stop. I don't care if there's a rat coming out of there. I don't want to hear it. It said there's a rat in the bird room. Face is moving, and so I'm assuming that means there is a rat somewhere. All right, I'll put this back in here. Ah, right in the food. Right in the food tray. Knock that over. All right, I'll stick that by the door. All right, so that's water. Oh, and their baby. The baby over here. And then their water. Put that right by the door so I can keep an eye on it. And it's ready. Oh, the camera. Scratch that. Alright, I'm going to try to put the camera in front of this. I need to figure out what the heat is. I can't see it on the camera anyway, but I want to be able to see. Alright, we're ready. Everything's clean. Oh, I forgot to put the bug. That's my bad. My idea, but I forgot. I think I'm going to have to duct tape that because it's going to get in my way of the bird. Alright, so this idea. Hopefully works. And then literally catapulting out of the dang thing. So that they're not just running. Alright, good. I should have it on the bottom. That was supposed to be the whole point of doing it. Do that, Sherry, and you didn't do it. You just did it last weekend, which is what you wanted not to do. There's a rat in here. Girls. Honey Boo and Moo, you better make sure those babies are taken care of by that rat. It's gonna get the babies. Mama's getting flying. Alright, I'm looking at gonna be better. These two pads out of the way. I'll have to go down this direction. Clear off that corner. This has to be washed. And I usually put the Luna's food and their food up here so they can fly. How we doing? You watching those babies for Mama, Moo, and Honey Boo? Alright. Keep watching those babies. You can stay out here and watch those babies all day long if you want to. Luna and Mumo's been a babysitter for me. He babysitted Isha and Izzy when they were babies. And Moo had no patience for it. But I think it's different when they're yours. This is turned off. Too warm today. Alright, the water's in this bird room. I am done with all of my chores. I'm gonna get my breakfast. Play with these babies for a minute. Clean up my bed so I can sit down. Faith moved everything away from here because she's hunting. We're just gonna do a little shake. Make sure I'm not sitting in anything, which I've done multiple times. Multiple times. Let me my phone. Generally, I do leave the fan rotating, but at night I leave it in a single air situation. I know. Alright, we're done. And then usually I turn the lights off. It's the last thing I do, and they just want to stay on until. But we're going to play with the babies, which I don't think you guys can see. Which I need to. We're going to come down here a bit. It'll stop moving and it'll settle. And of course, the only one Isha's wherever Isha's at. Where is Isha at? Where's Isha? Oh, she's in there too? Oh, she went in there too. Alright, so she's in the bird room. The only one I have to worry about out here is Izzy Boo. My queens, Little Bit, and Lizzie are my queens for a reason. I know it's going to take a drink, and I'm sitting here holding. Alright, maybe you guys can still see from that angle. Yeah, you should be able to see. Alright. I'm going to use my pillow without knocking everything over as a barrier. Usually I use blankets or different things like that as a barrier. I do have this pee pad that's clean that we never used last night. I'm going to use that for this corner. And then this for this corner. Because they're going to be fast. They're going to be fast and furious. They're going to all of a sudden be slow, and then all of a sudden they're just going to dart. So, here we go. So first I do is take them out of here. Make sure there's nobody hiding in my underneath it. Generally, they're going to all be underneath on the heating pad. So I don't generally have anybody running amok in here, but you never know. Alright. So generally they'll stay right up in there because of the heating pad, but what I'm going to do is tilt it. Make sure the heating pad doesn't tilt. So the heating pad's going to be staying on the wall. The food will fall, but they'll twist around. Readjust themselves. That's food, obviously. I just dropped it. Come on, baby. Oh, you can't see that way. Gosh darn it. There. There you go. Hi, BB. And I like to try to get them to come out on their own. Hi, mamas. Oh, that's mama's baby. So I'm just holding her in my hand like this. Like a cup. And get some warm. Give them a little hot breath. In the little window I make. Gets them all warmed up. My stomach hurts. Probably shouldn't have drank that drink. Luna, please stop. He knows I'm busy. And then let him loose. Hi, sweetie. Oh, no. That's a sweet, sweet baby. Yeah, I know. I didn't open that up for you to go out. Now, they see this like as a physical barrier. Trying to get them there. They still have their heating pad, which is on the wall. But they're not sitting on it anymore. Are you guys coming out? Are you guys coming out? There we go. That's good. Little bit's watching. Are you coming out, babies? Come on, mamas. Come on, mamas. Is the babies in there a little bit? We don't hurt the babies, remember? Back. I know you want to watch, but you can't get that close. Chickens are very good predators, and she can unlive them within seconds. No. Look at the babies. You see the babies, Mama? Little bit. No. Can't see what she's doing. Gotta watch her though, because she has inside. That's enough. I'm aware. Stop it. She's in striking distance, so I have to be careful. Hi, BB. That's a sweet, sweet baby. Let me warm you up. Move. That's enough. He's like, no, Mama. I wasn't done yet. Alright, let's try that one. Yeah, it's better. Please stop. I can't move. You know that. That's why you're doing it. You're being rude. I'm aware of Izzy, Boo. I completely can see her. You don't need to tell me about it. Hi, BB. You coming out? One of the reds is coming out. Moose, stop! Come on, baby. So at this point with the socializing part, I try not to grab them too much. I want them to go on me. Oh, there we go. Then I can give them a hot. Hot, warm bath. Good. That's a warmed up. Nice. I know there's a rat in here. We know there's a rat in here. Faith is watching us. The babies have to come out. Oh my God, this is freaking ridiculous. I can't enjoy 1 minute with these babies. Stop! Come on out. Come on out. Come on, hurry up. Hurry. Stop. Stop it. I'm ignoring you, honey boo. You need to stop. Sorry, guys. We have a rat in the house, and they are concerned, obviously, because the babies are out, and now they're going to continue doing this until I put them away, which I understand that that's why they're doing it, but still. Come on out, guys. I have two that I have not seen yet. Would you please stop? I'm turning your light off. I'm turning your light off. There. Done. Lights off. I have no I'm done. I'm done with them. All day today. It's garbage day, you guys. I'm pretty positive it's garbage day, or it was yesterday. No, there shouldn't be no reason for them to do this, other than the rat. And like I said, I have to. Please stop move! I cannot get up. Physically, I'm stuck here. I cannot physically move. Alright, that's it. I'm done. This is ridiculous. This is dumb. Just dumb. Just dumb. I can't do this. This is dumb. You guys are freaking dumb. So I'm going to put them in here. And then I'm going to kick their hands. Because I'm done with them. Are you done? You know that. We're going to all come in there with you. Keep it up. You want to have them in there with you, Martha? Then I suggest you be quiet. Because they will be going in there soon if you keep making that noise. You or Luna make any noise at all, they are going in there with you. Because I'm done. Can't even enjoy the babies because you guys are being rude. I want to be able to observe all of them, and I can't. Because those boys won't let me. Dumb, stupid stuff like that. It's just dumb. It just pisses me off. They're so afraid of the rat, which I understand. But both of them are so freaking powerful, it's ridiculous. Alright, you guys. Mama's going to tip you back over again. I know, Faith. I agree. Stupid. Nobody can enjoy life because those boys are freaking always having an issue with something. With each other, with life. I don't know what their problem is because they can't socialize with the girls. Well, it's their fault because they don't want to leave the girls alone. Come on now, babies. No. Grandma got it all changed again because somebody wants to cause a ruckus. You telling him to come out? You're a good girl. That's a smart baby. He's knocking on the door. Come out, come out. Grandma's right here. Yeah, we're not going anywhere. Out, 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 out. Stay right there. I'm going to get something to eat. There's a bowl. I'm going to pick a bowl of food out. There we go. Come on out. I see you, boo-boo. I see you. They're fast. They don't look fast, but they're fast. Like faster than Roadrunner fast. So we're still missing one baby, and I don't like that. Come here. I think she was eating. Alright, we're missing one because we lost one yesterday. I know. It was a sad day, wasn't it? It was a sad day. Oh, you want to get warmed up? Alright. There you go. You want more? There we go, baby. Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to drop you like that. You want to get warmed up too? Oh. Stop sticking your head in my mouth. There you go, baby. All done. All done. It's warm right there. Look. Oh, you're fast as Gonzalez. Alright. We're missing a kid. I'm missing a child. Gosh darn it. Oh, she went back in. Oops. Grandma's pushed you all the way down. You didn't get picked up? Looking in my nose? There we go. You stay on there, it's warm. So they have one in here from last night that they had, and then they'll have another one. But by the time I run out, they should be good as far as their temperature regulation. When they stand straight up right now, they're crouched in a crouch position. As you can see, they're kind of like, I call it low crawling. Basically, it's a crouched position. They're not standing all the way up. And it's because it's the way they can serve heat. Get down there where it's warm, boo-boo. Like, what? Grandma, you're warmer. That's a warm mama. He's trying to crawl under. You trying to cuddle? Yeah. You cannot go that way, Faith. That's so sweet, sweet. These are different things I do to integrate with them. I put my hand over them just like a mama bird would, and they kind of just roll around in there and rub up against my hand and get some comfort. You can do it as long as you want to, but the biggest thing is not to let them cool down. So that's why we don't do it very long. 'Cause I don't want them getting chills. They've had a rough temperature. They have not had a regulated temperature since they were before they were born, and even in the incubator, we were having issues with it. Oh, roly poly babies, roly poly babies. What are you guys doing? You going? You going, Mama? All right. We're not going to Mama's mouth. No. You guys ready to go back to bed? All right, go back in your box. Go back in your box. I know. I'm just gotta put everything back. We're going back in the box. Shake all the food to the one side. So take out your thing, which I'm gonna take out anyway. I'm gonna leave their box in there just so they can get used to it. And it's gonna have the heating pad in there. So, all right, everybody in the box. Mama's carrying Mama's carrier box. All right, you guys ready? What's the rule of the thumb? Do not jump out of the box when Mama's carrying you. Do not jump out of Mama's hands when she's carrying you. That's right. We do not do that. It's dangerous. What they're trying to do right now. Put you guys back. I'll put you guys back up. In a minute, I gotta stand up. I stand up. Take my camera with me. Don't need to be up in the air. I have to go down to the lowest setting because I don't need to see up in the air. I need to see on the ground. All right. The whole box I'm going to put in there and make sure the pee pad, I'm going to flip it on its side and put not the pee pad, but flip it on its side and make sure the heating pad is tilted as well. That way it doesn't fall on their head. At some point, I'm going to put it, I'm going to put it over here where there's no heating pad here. There we go. Maybe I'm going to move it. Okay, you guys need some out. I think they all did. They like stuffy. Put it right there where they can get too stuffy and get warm. The heating pad is not going to be stuffy. And hopefully the guard works. I got one over here that was trying to jump out, and she's sitting right there. There's water right there. All right, so we are done. The guard works. Hi, BB. They're all out, running around, safe and sound. Yeah, he's gonna crow like that. Basically, until we get rid of the rats, he's gonna crow like that. Alright. I'm gonna make sure the food is put up. The rats don't eat it. And my birds do. So all my birds can get up onto this thing right here. Jitterbug. Look. There's nothing up there. Look. Jitterbug. I saw it. Alright. Mom started going to work. You guys are going to be good babies? Sweet, 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 sweet. You say that now, but he says on he's going to be sweet, but you know how teenagers are. Alright, let me move you guys over so you can see the babies. And then I'll let you guys go. That's in 2 hours. Nobody's going to watch this for 2 hours. But I'm going to post it on YouTube and see what Facebook lets me put on there. Sometimes they won't let me. It just kind of just never loads. And then I'll do a fast forward for Facebook. For the first 15 minutes. I usually do. If they don't let me load it, I'll try to load it. If they don't let me load it, which I don't think they're going to. If they don't let me load it, then I will take the first 15 minutes, and then I'll do a fast forward version. So, or maybe a lot. I don't know. We'll see.